family of single, strong women. We call them the Rogers.
No, but then after that...
That's what she does in her culture.
My whole thing for me is how a woman feels so comfortable calling another black man a bitch. It makes me question what goes on in her household. Like, I feel sorry for Courtney. Like, Courtney, blink twice if you need help.
Bitch, I try to give your ass grace. Now I'm gonna give you hell.
The Love and Marriage Huntsville Part 1 reunion was nothing but a hot mess and quite spicy. A lot of jabs were thrown, a lot of people were just all over the place, especially Martel. But we're gonna go ahead and get it to you guys. It's Mary.
And Emma.
We invite you guys to like,
subscribe,
and comment down below, you all, because I think this was, I don't know what season this is. They said this is the 4th reunion, so I guess this has their 4th season, I'm guessing. But they were at the reunion and stuff like that, and it kind of started all spicy already. Melody was in a good mood, but obviously they asked her about the whole Rogers thing, and she said, you know, I'm now free, I'm more happier. And then Martel got upset, and he was like, well, you were free and happy when we were married, so nothing has changed anyway. Obviously, she said things have changed and everything, so like that.
So we're no longer together.
Right. So of course, obviously they're going back and forth and stuff like that. And then it seems like Tisha really was on fire with a lot of the things that was going on. I do like the fact that Tisha was clapping back, but I feel like with her, she, for many years, has been really like, not silent or whatever, but she just doesn't really address it. Like, she doesn't go toe to toe, and I think that's admirable. So I feel like there are some people who are just so low vibrational, there's no point of even going down to their level. Like, I feel like I am happy that she's clapping back, but I also like the fact that when she claps back, she kind of just ignores them. Like, say your piece and stuff, but you don't have to like
keep on going back and forth.
Yeah, like, I like that thing that she was doing with Stormi, where Stormi, it seemed like Stormi was a little bit upset or whatever by the whole culture thing, which we'll talk about later. But Tisha just ignored her and still said her piece or whatever. Like, she'll clap back and stuff, but going toe to toe and saying like stuff like that,
back and forth,
it's not her. I don't think it's really her or whatever. Yeah. But also, I'm glad she stood up to Marsau and basically told him like, no, I am not going to sit down here and what's the word? Just sweep it underneath the rug. I've been doing that for too many years. And so I'm happy she stood up and she said that. Like, to me,
but Marsau has been stopping her a lot.
Yeah, he's always like rise above and all this stuff, and I'm just like.
So I'm happy that she's like, we'll agree to disagree.
Yeah, for sure. So I was happy about that and everything. But I wanted to go ahead and what is it? The whole privacy issue and the shipping policy. Like, on the website, I've had like 2 or 3 websites or whatever, one for my fashion business, one for my painting business. Like, shipping policy is not something to be getting upset about, copy and pasting. Like, my thing is, a shipping policy is just a general. They probably
found it from somewhere else too, Stormi.
Exactly.
I will say, find somebody else, not someone in the show that has a business, and go look at their shipping policy. You know what I'm saying? And then make it your own. So that's the only thing. But to make a big deal out of something like that.
It was literally an anthill and they made it into a molehill. Like, it's not like she went and she copied and pasted your whole entire about page and put it there. Like, it's a damn shipping policy that most people probably don't read like that. Yeah. So it's a general statement. For you to sit down here and make it like, see like, oh, she's copying me and she's doing this. You probably got it from somebody else. The only thing I would say is, I feel like with me, when I had my stuff online, I looked at people's different shipping policies, and then I also had written a list of things. I wrote a list of things down that I wanted my shipping policy to be about, and I looked at how people worded it, right? And then I just worded it kind of like, not the same like word for word, but like the structure of it. That's what I followed. But I put my own words into it to say like, hey, this is what I'm shipping. It's handmade stuff, so it's going to take this amount of time or whatever. And then the return policy and all that stuff. So a shipping policy is not something big. Like, you wanted to make something so small, like something major, and it was so juvenile. I saw a whole different side to Stormi.
I really did.
This season. Like this
it's very shysty, very like,
dare we say,
like unprofessional.
I just thought,
I hate the word ghetto because it's like we put it towards ourselves, and But I know what you're saying.
I just think it was just ratchet. Like the way she was, like I can't even remember.
So professional. Like you weren't even like really act like a business person. And then she
called her the B word. Like I can't even count how many times she called her the B word.
And then turn around back to say, you're putting down black businesses. I was just like.
And then you said and then she was like, well, when you make as much money as I make in a month, then come call on me. I was like.
Girl.
Like she just said it, like it just rolled off her tongue, like she was so comfortable with it.
Yes, this
like,
is how she talks in usual life, and regular life, and I wonder if that's how she talks around the people who work for her.
My thing is, I just feel like, yes, all of us do cuss or whatever, stuff like that, but I feel like you have to be able to control yourself.
Yeah.
And then my thing
is
also
decorum when it calls for that.
Yeah, like I feel like this was not the platform to be calling anyone B and hoe and all this stuff. But I just felt like it was too much.
Satin dress
and all this stuff,
like,
and then
you're all dressed up.
Like, and she just has so much venom when she said it. Like it was just very disgusting.
She has a lot of venom going Tisha's way, and also I think even the show's way too. Like I was known and this and that. Then why are you here? I mean, like if you got it all.
If
whatever,
you're bigger than the show, then why are you on the show? I'm just wondering because I didn't
all that. Then because I didn't know about Stormi until you were on the show,
right?
And I'm sure a lot of people maybe who are not in Alabama did not know about you either until now you're on the show. So that also even helped your own business too. I am sure.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
I just felt like it was very much so in poor taste. Like I feel like calling anybody out of their name is really like ridiculous. Yeah, a bit uncivilized. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like it was just too much.
It really was.
Just kept on calling her the B word. Yeah. Like
I remember I was even saying, oh, Stormi, she'll have a show and her family. No, you need to just be where you is. Because I don't see myself watching a show. If this is how you are, so you really saw another side. And now I guess I understand what Marsau is saying. Like, this is your culture. And culture doesn't mean, Carlos, about you being African American. It's culture in terms of
how you grew up, how you were raised,
the environment, the way you talk, your environment. So obviously, this is what you do. You, Stormi, this is how you are. Like, and just the way she was talking, even when she was talking to her husband in the dressing room.
I gave you
and
grace
pointing,
and all
like
this
I
stuff.
know she's upset, but you're pointing towards him, and the way he put his head down, I'm sure he's like, yeah, he know how you is, Stormi.
Like Tisha said, blink twice.
And I promise you, one day, because even before this whole thing, remember I was saying that it doesn't seem as though he
is into her.
He's into her.
Because how does a man
likes her very much? I was saying that before. Like I peeped that from him. But one day this man gonna turn around and tell her when he's trying to leave her. Even Tisha said for me to blink twice. Even they can see your ratchet behind. One day he gonna tell you that, Stormi. You just wait. Let's just wait.
Yeah, because my thing is, and then also the thing is, like, he satisfies me every time. Like, even he didn't believe that. Because I'm sure
about
when you
himself, he laughed.
He just looked down like he didn't even beam and look at her like I just feel
and like you said, he don't look as though he got enough energy to get his freak on like that. He's like one step from, like you know what I'm saying, like Courtney, goodness well.
And do not sit down and act like he pleased. Like I felt like she wanted to be the only woman on the stage that has a great, fruitful love life. And I was just like
Stormi,
please stop.
See the man did not even want to go with you to your. He'd rather be by himself than go with you to your fish fry. He wasn't even willing to even be there for you with your family members.
The man does not even want to have another child with you. And when a man does not want a child with you, like he doesn't want, and men
he doesn't want that long-term commitment with you.
Men love trapping women, okay, especially when they don't want them to go nowhere. So for him to say that
he trying for you, and
he doesn't want another reason to have to stay
with her. He's just waiting for his coin. When he is he's sure about his coin coming in properly when it's over between you and him. That's what it looks like to me.
And then also my thing is this man sells your product. Like I don't know if they developed it together or not, or to me it seems like it was
he works for her.
He works for her, but this is her business.
And the way she's talking, she probably
Tisha,
lets him know that too.
With Tisha and Marsau, I don't see it. It to me, it definitely isn't like, oh, this is Marsau's business and Tisha is an employee. Like they're equal partners. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, I mean that man is just waiting to get out, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, but hey, you wanna be lying to the public? That's your business, girl. Do you, honey?
She definitely. I think it was a bad look
for her.
For Stormi, you should have just checked that. However you're feeling, like now, and I'm looking at you kind of on the same level as Kiki, for real. You know, like when Kiki is out there, but then we know that she has had drug issues. I don't know if she's actively still having drug issues.
Well, it was kind of like what they said about Stormi in the beginning. Herself. I'm kind of like. Because at first I was like, oh.
Destiny was trying to
say, well, this is how Stormi is. Now I'm just like, well, they were right.
That, yeah.
Yeah, so that's how, so that was that. So, but I do want to talk about, we're going to talk about Kimmy and Maurice later, but I thought he was a complete a-hole. Especially that.
Or even on the show.
No, I'm going to talk about their whole cancer thing, the stuff or whatever, because it seems like there's a lot of contradictions. Mm-hmm. But I just want to say that whole comment talking about how you ain't got much hair to be blown in the wind. That is so effed up to say.
And laughing even more so.
So it's like, yeah, even if you think that's funny, you don't say that.
I'm sure he's thinking to himself too, Maurice, why the hell will we saying this on camera? I know, Marsau, because you know he's all about decor. I know he's thinking, that's why he was like, I'm sure he's why the hell
would you
that's
say
why
that
a lot of times I think that Marsau is older than Maurice, but he's not. Maurice is his older brother. Like, damn.
But he acts like the younger sibling, because
he acts like he ain't got no damn sense.
Most of the time the younger siblings always get away with a lot more stuff, but the older siblings have it, so it's like they've had to be more cautious. But Marsau, it acts like the older sibling, and Maurice acts like the younger sibling because he like has no care in the world, like, and like doesn't check himself. I know. I don't know where.
You don't have much hair to be blown in the wind. Just real talk. Anytime someone says real talk,
they're just being an a-hole.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Real talk.
I'm just blunt. Do not keep it real with me because you're rude. You're just being rude.
I always have an issue with people say I'm just blunt. No, you're just an a-hole. You like to cover it with being real or being blunt. Yeah. Like you can say truth in a kind way. That's called having some decorum, some civilization, some common sense, and not just being a mean, vindictive person.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you want to make yourself feel better, so you have to be blunt and rude to everybody.
Down,
because you feel insecure about yourself.
It's not enough that they feel bad about their situation. You have to say it in the worst way, so they can feel worse about their situation.
And then you can feel better about yourself because you put somebody down today.
Exactly.
So people who say they're blunts, watch out for them all. But I want to talk about Martel and oh my God,
that's sweet. That man stood up.
And my thing is, I know for a fact she's lying. And then he said it stayed wet, the bed was wet. It could have been wet with sweat.
No, it was wet with just him. But he's so damn delusional that we have seen this past season that he's thinking your stuff is hers. It's not Maurice, Martel.
No man can really tell if a woman can,
like
she has reached the peak. It's not like with men where you can visibly see evidence. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you really would not actually know Martel. You actually would not know for a fact. Like she could be yelling and screaming, hooping and hollering. Like it don't like even a bum on the street could yell and holler.
People who are really in tune. I think sometimes
it's not that hard to fake it and all that stuff. Like you wouldn't actually know. But like obviously you're this big man. You have had Sheree out here talking about you had BDE and all this other bata. So it's like his manhood is attacked. And you saw how Maurice went to go see Martel after that segment to be like, hey, we are brothers united and not pleasing our women. So let me go check on Martel.
But then Martel had to be Shayla. Kim is a real one. You know,
yeah, she real. She ain't gonna lie. But Melody, she stayed
so
live.
That means you're really not pleasing her, Maurice.
He said, don't you dare come here trying to give me pay. You better walk out. I know.
You and I are not the same level. I'm doing 15 hours of wonderful stuff with my delusion. But you're
doing 15 hours of bad stuff, and your poor wife. That was actually a hot mess. And my thing is also Carlos. He's just so unprofessional. Like, I just feel like he's too much in the yakba soup.
Really,
like he's too much. Was talking about the whole privacy thing. No, that was copy and paste. That was definitely like copy and paste. So like, I'm like, aren't you right the host? Aren't you the interviewer? You are not a member on the show. You are a producer. That's why I'm sometimes like, can we get another producer? Because my thing is he's too much in it. And then my thing is, all of this you see, your very clear hatred for Tisha. Even though you tried to cover it.
He really tries.
Tisha is on a show where majority of the people on that show hate her. And I don't think it is.
I don't even know why. What is the reason why?
Because she is still with her man who they all think are cheating. And even if he is cheating, Melody, you stay with a cheater for how many years? Just because you're divorced now does not mean you hop on some high horse. You're like, oh, what is that? But now and then also Kiki allegedly your husband.
He was all in your face letting you know. And I'm going to continue to do this because you're not doing X, Y, Z. She does this better for you. You know, like, he was something else. Like,
and like they get on this high horse, like everybody can see that you have a cheater on your arm. Which one of you women or men who have not had a cheater on your arm? Like, how are we so like, oh, Tisha has to leave her man if she chooses to be blind? When have you people not chosen to be blind about your man cheating on you? Like, Kiki, please do not tell me that your man was not out here cheating on you when you were out here ripping and running the streets, doing whatever the hell you was doing. Like, for real. And then also Melody, and then also Kimmy, especially when Maurice said, I need sex. I'm like, he is not exempt either. Okay, so my thing is, if Tisha has decided that this is who she wants to be with, if she wants to be blind to it or whatever, that is fine, because you all have done it. So if me personally, I would just say you all should just shut up, especially you, Kiki.
Well, I don't say
everybody can see you have a cheater on your arm.
But my thing is, obviously, Marsau is taking great pains to hide stuff. But
because, like you said, he doesn't want his wife single and he doesn't want to have a divorce.
So, I mean, until, and like Tisha says, until there is proof.
Solid proof, like a tape or some mess.
Yeah, I am not here going off of he say, she say, of people I don't even know who don't even like me.
Thank you. So, that was that. So, but also, let's go ahead and talk.
Carlos is just a
He's
mess.
too much. And the questions were very inappropriate. What did he do that didn't please you? I was just like, my God.
I know, that was... I mean, we don't want to know how he didn't please her. We know that we can imagine, right, like what he did not do. The bottom line is he did not let her have her own. And for 14 years.
But also the thing is, Martel is a very selfish man. Mm-hmm. And also when you have somebody, like, because for women, like, it's about emotion for us as well. Like, it's not explained it, and it was beautiful the way she explained it, because it's not just about the physicality. Like, for men, your woman could cuss you out one day and beat you up the next, and then you like, hey, woo, good time. With women, that's not how it is, because the thing is, we're not like men with the way they get off or whatever. So it's an emotional thing as well.
Exactly.
And when you're mistreating her, and you're talking about how your mistress does this and she do that and she flip it like this, she bend it like that. Like, how am I supposed to be enjoying myself when you said this?
Shut the F up. Like, he was so disrespectful and so abusive to Mel.
I don't know how
I am not surprised
that she
apparently was cheating on her before they got married. So I am not surprised that she did not have an O for 14 years. I'm not surprised, because you were abusive for pretty much the whole relationship.
Marriage.
You know, and it did not matter that she had just had a child. It did not matter that she was working her tail off outside of the home to help you out in a business, so you couldn't even hold it down out there for her, and you certainly weren't helping inside the home, so she had to like do both. So she was like the quintessential single mom, even though she was married still.
Yeah, but I want to close out with this conversation that they had about also, well, I just want to say this quickly. I thought it was hilarious that they had Marsau sitting with the women, because he's been in women's business. I do not agree with a man ever being in women's business, but at the end of the day, it's women's business, and you should not be all in the yakba soup. Like, it's just too much. I think it's really too much, really. You know what I'm saying? But also, I feel like the whole conversation, and then also he just kept on coming for Mel. First, he said a group of single women. We call them Rogers. That was a low dig. And then you said that. Oh no, I do not want her.
Stay coming for Mel. And Marsau, I don't know. It's almost as if you have some kind of obsession with Mel. He really does, and I don't know if it's because he feels like Tisha has her 1 foot out the door. But the thing is, it's not Mel. If your relationship is over,
deteriorating, it's because of you,
Mel,
for sure.
It is because of you. Like, you still have not done her office. You know, you're not listening to her. You take your tail to Tanzania by yourself.
You went to Costa Rica by yourself when you guys were supposed to go on a family trip. Like, you
went
left
to
the family
Vegas by
trip.
yourself.
Like, all that. So, I
it's
mean,
a lot of things. What's it called? Oh, Colombia. Like,
if you lose her,
all
you'll be by your
own. You'll be by yourself, and you not being there for her, and you
waking the hell up.
And then you talk about paternity test because she ends up pregnant, and you have a vasectomy.
Especially when you've had all these allegations against you for years. Like,
so it'll be you. It will not be anything that Mel did. It wouldn't be Mel's influence. Tisha is much stronger than being influenced by anybody because she's still there with you. If she was going to be influenced, she would have been influenced by her own family members, like she said. After the second baby, they were telling her, you know, you need to be out there working and all this stuff.
But at the end of the day, the essence of who Tisha is a businesswoman. While she met him, she was going to college. Like, she had degrees, and then when she was pregnant, she went and got a second degree. Mm-hmm. So the essence of who she is somebody who wants a career, who wants a life, and who wants to work. Like, she comes from a family of...
Well, she doesn't want to depend on just a man.
Like that's
she's
not
also
in her DNA.
Yes.
Like, the women she's
so
had in her family
careful.
have not had men that were dependable, but also they've had to do that.
Yeah.
So that's who she was raised by. Yeah. So deep down in her heart, she can never sit down and be like, I'm going to
totally
1,000,000% depend on this man. Even though he will love that for his own controlling purposes, she knows she can never do that. And I think that's what maybe keeps him on his toes from just being completely blatant with it.
And then also he knows, like, Tisha she might not say too much, but she certainly has boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, Marsau knows, and she has said, I find that you've been cheating, I have proof, I'm not going to be with you. And I think he believes her.
Oh, he believes her for sure. Because he has made it very clear he does not want a divorce. And the thing is, he does not walk all over her. And I feel like with Mel, maybe that's what gets her a little bit. Is maybe the fact that Marsau, even if he wasn't as blatant and disrespectful. And she can also kind of see that Tisha has boundaries. And maybe she's like, I never had boundaries with him. That's why Marsau did all the things he did. You know what I'm saying?
The first time he tells you that, after you find out that he's with somebody and he still rubs it in your face, that should have been.
But then she had, I think, two more kids with him after that.
Yes, you come back.
That was the thing. I think Tisha's a lot stronger than people give her credit for. Just because she's soft-spoken and she doesn't be
go
barking.
Back and forth, exactly.
Just because she doesn't bark, that doesn't mean that her bite isn't much stronger when she needs to bite. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that's the issue that people get. They think they can just walk all over her because she's quiet. Mm-hmm. No, there is a serious strength in being quiet and not being reactionary.
Yeah.
So, but I do want to also say the whole thing about the whole single woman thing and the PTA mom thing or whatever. It seemed like, I wouldn't say Mel was triggered by it, but I would say that she just wanted it to be known that I'm still a present mom and stuff. But my thing is, because she said the list of things that she's doing, who really wants to have to do all of that? That's a lot of stuff. Where is your self-care? Where is your sleep? Like, where is your relaxation? Where is your me time to pour into yourself? It's non-existent.
It's non-existent.
So yes, we women, we can do it all. We have proven that for decades and centuries. Yeah. But I think with this whole soft life thing that's been trending, women are realizing that, yes, I can do it all, but I don't have to, especially if I don't want to. Because mentally and emotionally it's draining. At the end of the day, you end up in weird situations because mentally you haven't taken care of yourself. You end up with some weird people. And then you end up making some weird decisions.
Better from the beginning.
Yeah.
That's why we are now putting this standard. I need X, Y, Z from a man before I'm even going to commit myself, before I'm even going to commit this womb. You have to, because then you end up in these really awful situations that puts you totally out of balance. And for me, after the single mom thing, it's very difficult. And it's very tiring, and it will make you ill. This is why I'm even in the situation that I'm in right now. It will take your life. It will, So it's. I mean,
so it was great that she said that, but
single
still.
moms, and I am happy she said that bit because I think sometimes we want to shade, and that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to shade the whole single mom thing. This is not that great, and no, I don't want her to be a single mom. You, Marsau, don't want to be a single dad, and no, she wouldn't. And that's what Bella's trying to say. Well, she's not going to. If anything, they'll probably be with her, and not with you. You're the one who's gonna have to come and get them. You'll be on the visitation, Marsau. Probably not Tisha.
And my thing is, Tisha already knows everything
She knows
that Melody was saying and
actually.
stuff, and
she
everything.
Understands.
She has seen it. She has grown up with single mothers, I'm sure, as well, in her family.
Yeah.
So him talking about you're gonna lose the kids, the three most supportive people. He didn't even talk about himself. He's talking about the kids of the kids. You leave it, it's the kids.
He was trying to talk to Tisha.
And my thing is, they're grown. So even if she did
knows
leave now,
all of that, okay? She knows all of that, Marsau. You see, she still wasn't saying anything.
Her staying with you is her doing you a favor, because she knows that at the end of the day you need her way more than she will ever need you. So she's staying because she loves
when
you.
She bailed
you out. Yeah, Marsau does not want to be a single dad. He loves his life. He really does love having a woman who comes home, cooks for him, who caters to him, and all this bullshit. So he does not want to be a single man having to ask strange, random women to make him some food or jollof rice or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, he does not want that life. Okay. But that's all I have to say on this one. It is Mary. Leave what you guys like.
Subscribe.
And comment down below. Bye.